Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who want to teach well, and to Wadi Ba'ashem Yahushai for allowing me to do this lesson. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and hearty shalom to the elect. All right, so the Lord allowed me to come across some news articles. All right. And he also allowed me to listen to other brothers' videos today, to Wadi Abashim outside for that. And that's going to be the inspiration for these lessons, okay? Well, this lesson, all right? So the first article I'm going to read about, okay, is Nepal descends into chaos after social media ban. Prime Minister resigns, finance minister dragged through the street, all right? People are losing their flipping minds, okay? All right, and that's a good thing because tall tale signs like this, okay, and it's also happening in another country, then you know Americans are losing their mind, all right, because of that Edomite that got shot, all right. Everybody's losing their mind around the world, but the Lord is keeping the elect stable, man, through faith in Yahweh Shai, okay, all right. So this is 2 Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord's going to visit this world physically, all right, with his chariots, all right, with his presence, okay, and with death and destruction, with pestilences and diseases, okay, all right. But spiritually, he has things working, all right, that relate to Bible prophecy, okay. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people and the world, thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. There was an earthquake, I believe, in Afghanistan a couple of weeks ago. It killed 800 people. Okay, they're talking about the plates, the tectonic plates, or a volcano. I can't remember which one of the two, up there in the Washington area. Okay, if there's an earthquake up there, it can erupt a volcano. I can't remember. I seen an article so long ago. All right, it can erupt a volcano up there and then just destroy everything within its path up there in the Washington area, all right, northwest of the United States of America. Okay, then of course you have uproars of the people. You have uproars of the people because you got the left and the right wing of the same bird going at it against each other political wise, okay? And this white man got shot. This so-called white man got shot, all right? Charles Kirk or whatever, he got shot in the neck, okay? With him being shot, those Edomite supporters of his, they were protesting in the streets. I seen a video of somebody getting beat up because they said F that man, all right, to the people that were out there, you know, lobbying or protesting in the side of his death for whatever reason they were protesting, or out there, you know, being given a vigilance or whatever they was doing. And some man got beat up, okay? Then you have over here in Nepal, okay? And you have in France another type of uprising, okay? This is from Zero Hedge, okay? All right. It says here, Nepal descends into chaos after social media ban. Prime Minister resigns, finance ministers dragged through the streets. It says chaos has descended on Nepal amid raging mass protests against a short-lived ban on social media and accusations of widespread government corruption. The small Himalayan country has descended into hellish conditions in less than a mere 48 hours of raging anti-government demonstrations. I'm gonna say this, don't think that's not gonna come here, okay? All right, and Lord will, I can elaborate on that later after I read this other article. It says the protests appear mostly led by the young after several popular social media sites were blocked and clashes with police led to authorities firing on the crowd, resulting in 19 people dead. And you can see right here, all right? I don't know if this picture is from uh, Nepal. It says here, and it says it here at the bottom, but who knows, right? It says, but even after the social media ban was lifted amid the pressure and mayhem, demonstrators set fire to the homes of top Nepalese leaders and even the parliament building. People are going crazy, okay? All right. It says specifically Facebook X and YouTube were blocked among some 24 others after the government said the companies failed to comply with local law by failing to register for required government oversight. It says, then it shows here a video. The building on fire out there, okay? It says the airport was also shuttered and army helicopters were seen deployed to rescue government ministers from the mob. Apparently the country's finance minister wasn't so lucky. And it says in today, Nepal's finance minister Bashu Prasad Badal reportedly chased by protesters and kicked after a video showed him fleeing down a street. All right, a bunch of craziness is going on, all right? It says, according to the reports, Nepal finance minister was chased and beaten by demonstrators Tuesday as Prime Minister Baze Blah, whoever, resigned following days of violent student-led protests against corruption and a ban on social media. All right, so there you go, right? Protests and uproars of the people right here. The Lord is allowing us to see biblical prophecy play out firsthand, okay? All right. And there's more to the article, but that's all I want to read there, okay? Let's see. There was another one. With France. Just gotta find it. Give me a second. People are going through it. All right. The one in France was about the economy, as I had read it earlier. All right, here we go. It says France in flames as the Block Everything protest movement sweeps the country. All right. It says on Monday, Macron's failed government failed to survive a no-confidence vote as the country spiraled into crisis. What's most worrying for Macron is that the vote wasn't even close. All right, so some voting system failed the current minister. All right, it says. Trying to see. Okay, all right. Prime Minister Francis Bayrou was dumped overwhelmingly in a 364 to 194 vote. At issue, Beirut's sensible but unpopular notion that France had to cut spending to address growing debt crisis, growing debt crisis. America's in a high volume of debt. I don't know how much debt France is in, but it's caused the people in the cities to cause an uproar, okay? It says sensible and socialism don't ordinarily go hand in hand. Let's see. All right, I'm just skimming through it. It says Macron turned to an old ally to replace Beirut. He named during departing Defense Minister Sebastien Lecornu to be fourth Prime Minister of Macron's government this year. It says he only has a few years of experience. He has a budget to deal with at the end of the year, with a growing protest movement that will fight tooth and nail to prevent Macron's adversary austerity budget from passing. All right. It says Macron gambled and called for a snap election last year, hoping to increase his slim parliamentary majority. It failed miserably when the populists and the far left made significant gains. Now the streets are full of angry Frenchmen and the nation's stability is in question. It says here, NBC News, protesters set fires as they blocked highways and gas stations across France early Wednesday as a part of a nationwide movement. Authorities deployed 80,000 police who made hundreds of arrests and fired tear gas to disperse crowds. The Block Everything movement was born online over the summer in far-right circles. Both spread on social media and was co-opted by left-wing anti-fascist and anarchist groups, and now includes France's far-left parties and the country's powerful labor unions. It says their joint day of unrest adds to the country's political turmoil after the collapse of centrist President Emmanuel Macron's government early this week, and a similar backlash over proposed budget cuts and broader anger at political classes. And then it goes into here to see the fire in the streets. Here you go. It got France's fed up streets are blocked. People are angry. Cops are everywhere. Macron's government already collapsed and the chaos is growing. Here you go. Some more. All right. Uproars of the people. You see it. France, Nepal, and then you got America going crazy. All right. ICE raids. This Edomite that got killed. And then the other Edomite that got killed. On the train, that caused up some controversy. That stirred up some controversy as well. Okay, but here for this article, it's about finances, and don't think that America's financial debt system is not going to catch up to it, where the people are going to be having to make a choice between feeding themselves, and with the choice to feed themselves comes with taking that MOTB. Okay, let me get this in the book of Mark. This is Mark chapter 13 and verse 6. It says, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And when ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows." All right, you got people in America crashing out because they can't even pay their dang bills or buy food, you know. It says, "But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them." All right, and the gospel must first be published among all nations. And that's what we're doing now. Continue to push the gospel with Yahweh Dazah. Okay. Lord will, tomorrow I'll be out there teaching. Okay. But it says here, but when they shall lead you up and deliver you, because that's part of that's what happened to the apostles. That's what happened to Yahweh Shai. It's going to happen to us. It happened to the prophets of their past. Okay. It says, and when they shall lead you and deliver you up, take no thought beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate, but whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye. For it is not ye that speak, but the Holy Spirit. All right. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. And that's what we must do, endure to the end. But you can see throughout time, throughout social media, throughout news, some news outlets, okay, that the Lord has things ramping up, okay? All right. So let's here goes another one. It's not about it's about so-called UAPs or so-called UFOs, which we know are the chariots of the Lord, okay? I can't remember what page it was on. I gotta go through and find it again. All right, here we go. So as you can see, that's the chariot of the Lord there, so-called UAP, a so-called UFO, all right? And it's dodging a Hellfire missile that came from some type of aircraft, okay? All right. It says here, Republican Eric somebody has unveiled jaw-dropping footage showing U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drones attempting to shoot down an unidentified flying object off the coast of Yemen in October 2024. The never-seen-before video provided by Congress by a courageous whistleblower marks the first known instance of a Reaper engaging the aerial target in a real-world operation, raising urgent questions about what's lurking in our skies. Well, if you read the scriptures, you know what's lurking in the skies. It's the chariots and the angels of the Lord, and the angels of the Lord are in them, okay? It says, here we just look at it again, all right? It says here, the crazy footage captures the moment an AGM-1114 Hellfire missile strikes the mysterious object, sending debris flying but failing to destroy it. All right. It says, shockingly, the object seen cruising steadily before the intercept continues its path unfazed after the hit, defying military firepower. The video feed stamped with LRD Lays Des suggests one Mark 9 laser designated target, the other for another Reaper laser designated guided fire missile. And let's look at the video. Yeah, that was about it. It was 50 seconds. There was just a little more left. But that's what we're going to see come deliver us. And we're going to see those chariots come destroy America, man. Okay? All right? This is Zechariah, the 5th chapter. This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Verse 4, it says, I will bring it forth, says Yahweh of hosts. And that's what we just saw, the chariot of the Lord. And it shall enter into the house of the thief, and unto him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So these chariots are going to do major work in Esau's kingdom, okay? Because he's the thief and he swears falsely by the name of the Lord. An example is that they say they trust in God, but they do the things that are contrary to the Lord, all right? They stole the land. They steal everything that's set up before them or that's set up before you, okay? They stole it. It's all stolen, and they continue to live in that bloodthirsty way, all right? But just some stuff in the news. Lord will you was edified. To the next time. Shalom.